Scotty Z, and I'm joined today with Sam Pritchard. Say good day, mate.
How you going, guys?
Awesome. I'm super excited for this. So, quick intro here. Sam is an affiliate marketer, and you've been affiliate marketing for how long on social media?
16 months. 16,
16 months. 16, 17 months. Okay, cool. So a year and a bit, nearly a year and a half, on the way to a year and a half. Sweet. Okay. And Sam recently joined the Brand You Unleashed and has now set up his authority sales system. And Sam he wins the record for the fastest setup and sale in the history of the Brand You. So from getting the link to get started, so Sam took action, got all in. I think I sent you the link that night. You said you didn't get to access it till the next day. But from the moment you had access to the training, you went through and set it up. How long did it take you before you made your first sale using this system?
12 days.
12 days. And I was talking to you just before we came on. I said, so, you've been 17 months in this. Had you been able to consistently produce leads and sales before that?
No. It was very sporadic.
Okay. And the last time that you had made a sale was how long ago? Before 5 days ago?
2 months.
So in 2 months, you made 0 sales.
Yeah. And
you said very sporadic. Why was it sporadic? Why couldn't you bring in leads and make sales?
There was just a gap. I believe it was to the know, like, and trust. And people were just dropping off. One, they reaching out cold, didn't know me. I didn't know them. And they didn't know how I could actually help them. So filling that gap with your training has allowed us to create that deeper connection, and people actually trust us. And seeing it's online, people still have that stigma about anything online is they just think it's a scam or it can't be real. So being able to remove that completely has changed the game for me.
Yeah, amazing. So you're talking about, in reference for the guys that are still learning, by setting up the authority sales system, putting you in that place where you're there to serve them and they can connect with you, guiding them through the webinar where you're really adding value and you're helping them, you're creating that trust and that relationship, and then completing it with the phone call. You found that system just really bridged the gap between them not knowing you and then them being able to say yes to join you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. I think that is sorry?
Yeah, the whole process then just flowed with ease and grace. And you build that rapport straight away on the phone because they're like, oh, it's actually you. And you can get to know them and you can know their pains and where they actually want to end up in life and their goals. So, and you can relate. Like, we're human beings. We work together. We belong together. And that's how we lift each other up.
Yeah, beautiful, mate. I love the way that you explain it. And the fact that you came in, and when you set everything up, so 12 days, normally the program that we have is set up, at least that initial stage is 6 weeks. We guide people through setting it all up. And I sort of drip feed it like that so that it can support people to not get overwhelmed. But you came in and you're like, okay, I'm gung-ho, I know what I'm doing, like, let's go. And I said, okay, I'll give you the master login so you can go and set it all up. Within that 12 days, how did you find the actual process that you followed to go through and set up? Was it overwhelming? Was it easy? Was it somewhere in between? What was it like?
Easy. Simple, okay. Step by step. Your training was absolutely phenomenal. Explained everything. I couldn't fault it, to be honest.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, if you can fault it, let me know, because I always want to improve on it, right? I want to get it better. But it's really important for people to know that the system that we've got, the authority sales system in the Brand You, is designed in such a way that no matter where you are on your journey, if you come in and you can literally follow a step-by-step process and just inject your personality. It's the only prerequisite that I say, Sam, for anyone coming in is you have to like people, right? You have to actually care about people. Like you said, that we're human beings, we belong together. You can hear it in your voice. You genuinely care about helping people, but you just didn't over the 17 months that you've been building. So for those that don't know, affiliate marketing, so Sam has a business that he teaches people how to be able to free themselves and work online and do that, live the sort of laptop lifestyle, right? But to bridge the gap between how do I now take someone from where are they out there in social media land and bringing them into the relationship with you to then take action, you now have a system to be able to do that, right? Which is pretty much the most exciting thing. And because you love people, You just needed the system in order to engage with those people, to bring them into the conversation with you. And how, when you got them on the phone, how was the conversation? You mentioned ease and grace, but tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so because they went through the process, they watched my training, and they went through and answered a few questions. It sort of gave me a bit of background on them, and then the conversation.
So you're talking about the survey that's set up, right? So that people can get you can get their information, they can get connected with you more.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
And then once we jumped on the phone, it was just we just got to know each other a bit, and then, like I said, it just flowed from there. I was able to dive deep into what they were actually after and how we could actually help them create that, and it just went from there. I couldn't say anything.
I got your voice message after, and I could hear the excitement in your voice. It's like, oh my God, look at it. I was like, dude, how long did that take you? And you're like, you worked it out 12 days.
Yeah.
To be able to set it up. And now, how do you feel that you have a dependable, repeatable system that you can bring in leads and make sales? You can serve people in the way that you're here to serve them.
Oh, I'm 100% confident. As soon as they go through the training, and if it is for them, then great. We'd take it from there, and we get to know each other, and the process is so easy. So yeah, 100% confidence.
Yeah, we were talking about before, and you mentioned it's like I've got a real business now.
Yeah, absolutely. So before, it didn't really feel like my own business. I wasn't in complete control of it. Where now with the authority sales system, I own it, and it's mine, and it feels like my business, and I'm in control.
Absolutely. And you can count on that cash flow. Like, that's the biggest thing about people in business, and especially on social media, because there's such a low barrier to entry. You got a laptop, you got a phone, let's start a business on the internet. But most, like I'm talking 97, 98, 99% of people out there who have social media businesses have no dependable cash flow. So they're entrepreneur, but they work, and then they've got to do that. And there's no way for them to escape that cycle without having the lead flow and the sales system. But you've now got that, right? Yeah. What a weight off your shoulders.
Huge. I could not be more excited for what the future is to bring, and to be able to start to calculate that, and I can work out what I put in is what I'm going to get out. So yeah, it's awesome. Couldn't be more excited.
Well, week one, right? A numbers game.
Yeah.
I think it's the fourth or fifth training in week one, setting the foundation. It's all a numbers game, right? Yeah. And once you know those numbers and what you're spending on ads, the conversion rates through, we can just tweak the numbers as we go. You've only just set it up and started going. Wait till you get to automate and outsource week 8, where we're actually like scaling it up through systems and other people. And, your dreams of taking it to the 7-figure mark and beyond, and where you want to go, and having the leverage systems of what the online world is. Again, I keep using the word, but it's a system. Business is a system. Yeah. And you now have a working system. And 12 days. What the fuck is that? That's amazing. And I ask now as listening to this, you think about it, your business, 17 months, and like how many sales had you sort of made over 17 months? Ballpark. Are we talking like, it was 2 months before that, but you made 10, 20, 100?
All up, 15, 20.
Okay, so maybe like one a month? Ballpark, like, 20 or 17 months.
Yeah, probably a bit less than one a month, actually.
Okay, cool. And it's sort of sporadic, came and went, like if it worked, it worked.
Not reliable, and they'd come in and I'd be like, we'll see how this goes. We'll see where this goes. But,
sure. And it's funny when you get that one. I see that people, they get one lead and they're like, "I've got one lead." I'm like, "Fucking one lead."
That was me. That
was you, right? That was me. You're like, "Please convert."
Yeah, absolutely. Setting my intentions to that one lead.
No, totally, mate. I mean, and now 12. You imagine? I ask you this, that's listening right now, from where your business is now, spinning your wheels, hoping and praying that something happens, not being able to depend on your cash flow, to really, Sam's a bit of an anomaly here. You obviously got in, you did the work, you followed the system, you obviously put in a few hours to set it all up.
Like, I've got to put in.
You've got to put in the hours, yeah. I've created the framework, and as you said, it's easy to do. The nuts and bolts of it is designed. Literally just follow what I've got in front of you. But you put in a few hours to set it all up within 12 days. But you went through, you did it, you launched it, and boom. you got a sale in the first one. So I'm excited now in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months for us to have follow-up calls.
Absolutely.
And just see where you're flowing, right? And I wanted to connect with you now just because you won the award. You know, it's the fastest ever to make a sale through the brand new. Woo, own it. Oh, man, you're going to have some competition. Don't worry about that. There'll be other people.
Oh, good.
But it's an inspiring
I hope
story.
someone breaks me.
Yeah, well, totally. Yeah, but I mean, 12 days, man, that's pretty impressive. And you think about it, guys, that if you've got your business now, maybe you're like Sam. Maybe you've been like 17 months, a year in, 3 months, however long it is, doesn't matter. Some people have been doing this for many years and don't have the dependability of having a real working sales system. Business is leads, sales, fulfillment. That's it. You've got to be able to have dependable lead flow, which is what we get through the Facebook advertising, being that the ROI, the return on your investment in ads is there. You know that you can pay for it. You have the sales coming through. Obviously, then they go through, get educated, they get on the phone. You can nut those two out. The only other thing is fulfillment. And obviously, with an affiliate marketing offer, it's all done for you, right? So you don't even have that worry. You've just got leads and sales. How many people right now have no idea how to bring in a lead and make a sale in their business? They say 96% of businesses fail in the first 3 years. Why? Cash flow.
Absolutely.
They have no cash flow. They have no dependable cash flow. That is the biggest problem in business. They just can't sell it. I got this great product. I got this widget that just changes people's lives. I got this amazing service, and I just have no idea how to sell it. And we have 2.2, I think it is now, 2.2 billion people. We have a third of the world's population looking at their screen every day, and still people don't know how to do it. They're trying all the whiz-bang, fancy marketing stuff. I'm like, fucking fancy marketing stuff. Let's just get back to human relationships. Let's add real value, come from a place of service, really want to support people like you've got that heart space about you, but plug in a system so the numbers work, build that relationship, and then, follow the script and get them on the phone and the whole thing works. It's like, it's not rocket science, but once it's laid out in front of you, like you did in the 12 days, you're like, oh my God, dum, 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 dum. Right? Just plug it all in. So it's exciting for people. That's why I want to have a chat for people that are struggling a little bit. You don't have to struggle anymore. It's there for you. I've done the groundwork. This is for 11 years now. I worked at they said, back 11 years online, doing sales marketing online, helping people. And so I've done the groundwork, and I'm really stoked that you emptied the cup, you let me fill it, and now you've had that success straight off the bat. And as I said, I'm excited to see where you go with it.
Yeah, and that was the biggest thing, is emptying my cup, because, like I said, been in 16, 17 months, I've learned a lot in that time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I haven't learned anything. So emptying my cup and then just taking in everything that you said, because it just comes back to what I've been doing hasn't been working. So something needs to change. So empty the cup, and you filled it up, Scotty. You've overflowed it. So
overflowed it, exactly.
I'm so excited to see what happens.
Mate, I'm excited for you. Yeah, you and I said this before we got on live, but you've got my attention now, and that's what I'm all about. Like, let's fucking scale this thing up. Excuse my language. Let's fucking scale this up big time, man. You got a lot of people that you can serve, a lot of people that you can help. And have you said before, you didn't quite use the word certainty, but that's what I use, but something about, like, you just feel, that this is just an inevitability now. You've got the missing piece.
Yep. Now it's just, I can just quantify all the data I get, and I can scale. And I feel so confident that anyone that comes in to watch my free training is going to go through, and I'm going to be able to help them change their life. Yeah.
Because you're doing that. That's what you're focused on. And that it's not that has changed by plugging in with the brand new and the authorities. Like, you've always wanted to help people. You just didn't know how to reach the right people, how to bring them in, the qualified people that are ready to have that conversation with you and actually engage with them. That was the missing piece for you. Now, boom, it's in front of you. 12 days of setting it up and you're game on, right?
Yep.
And here we go. Now we just ratchet this thing up into the sky. And there is like thousands, tens of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of people that need Sam Pritchard. They need you and what you stand for, your leadership, your passion of wanting to serve, and probably you watching now as well, you're in the same place. You want to help people. It's just, how the bloody hell do I do it? It's a noisy environment, this device. There's so much stuff going on. How do I reach the right people? Boom, that's how you do it.
Yep.
That's how you do it. And so, speaking of free training, if you guys do want to learn, and you're probably watching this, some of you guys are like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm really excited. I want to do that too. I definitely need to learn how to bring in leads and make sales. And beyond learn how to do it, like, it is a proven system that I've created and that I'm giving to you literally from the first moment. And you remember week one, which was day one for you, the 5 W's and working out your marketing message and knowing exactly who you're serving and how you're serving, taking them on that journey, you as the hero, right? You telling your hero's journey, your story, all of that through to, porting across your funnel and then setting it up and then listening to my sales calls and the training. How did you find that? That was pretty easy to follow?
Yeah, no, it was simple and it was just great.
Yeah, certainly.
It really helped get clarity on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Can't fold it at the moment, Scotty.
Yeah, we'll fold it one day. Let me know. Hey, tweak that, mate, and make it even better. Yeah, I'd want to make it better. But if you guys are in a place where you're like, okay, I'm curious about this, I want to learn more, tell me how. You'll see in the description, and I believe that I can pop it up here as well. I have a, here we go. I think that goes, thebrandingclass.com. There you go. It's a bit fancy at the bottom of the screen. But you can also find the link in. You like that, mate? You'll find the link in the description as well. Thebrandingclass.com. How do we make you the brand? How do we take you and your awesomeness and your passion, like Sam, for wanting to help people, and actually build a real business around it? And it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're an expert monetizing your wisdom, like a coach or a consultant, a therapist, a healer, clairvoyant, it doesn't matter to me. If you are the brand, thebrandingclass.com. Or you're a marketer, you're like Sam, you got a business opportunity or a network or an affiliate marketer, you're helping people in some way through products or a business online, but you are the face of it, you are the brand, thebrandingclass.com. And then I'll walk you through everything that we're doing. I remember the training, Sam, I show you the numbers, you go into my ads manager, I show you how the whole thing works, I show you the system. By the end of it, if you're pretty tech savvy, you can probably go and figure it out yourself. But if you're like Sam and you're like, I want the shortcut and I want to be able to get there fast, then reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation and support you. I'm on a mission, and Sam knows this, to change the world. Like, the more leaders like you, Sam, we've got out there impacting people, the better our planet becomes. And that's really what this comes down to. Social media is the media of today. The mainstream news is poison. It is literally poisoning people's lives. And we have social media, and they're either going to hear the positive stuff or the negative stuff. And what you're doing is you're sharing positivity and you're showing people there's a better way, Sam. And if you're the same and you're like, hey, I'm the same, I've got a message to share, I know that I can serve people, I just don't understand the sales and marketing, I got that dialed in, I know how to do it, and I'll plug you into a system that works. So head over to thebrandingclass.com and come and meet me in there. Otherwise, Sam, anything you want to add, mate?
No, basically just, Scotty, you're the man. Your transparency through the whole training was absolutely golden. And I think with social media, transparency is key. But yeah, epic training, and I could not be more grateful for you.
Oh, mate, we're just warming up.
Excellent.
We got years of partnership ahead of us, and that's what I'm excited about. We're here to change the planet, my brother. We're here to change the planet, and we're doing it. We ain't taking no fucking prisoners. Like, it is game on. And you're just scratching the surface of your potential. I'm really excited to see what's to come from you. And I'm not saying that because we're on camera or anything. I'm saying it because you're a fucking good person and you're here to help a lot of people. And I'm sorry that I swear a little bit, guys, but you want transparency. It's who I am. I grew up in Cairns. Like, I'm a bit rough around the edges, but I know what I'm doing and I like to help people. And yeah, you're on it, mate. You're killing it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sweet. Cool, guys. Love you heaps. And yeah, if this resonates and if you're up for this, head over to thebrandingclass.com. Meet me in there. I'll guide you through. If you're ready to jump on a call and have a conversation, please just message me or find me somehow, and I'm happy to serve you. But all the details are in thebrandingclass.com. Sam Pritchard, keep an eye on this man, ladies and gents. Keep an eye on this man. He is, just warming up. Literally, just warming up.
Yeah.
Just warming up. Cool. All right, brother. See you soon. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in there.
Thank you. See ya.